Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. May peace be upon those who follow guidance. Welcome to Askir Educational Network. I'm your host, Askir Abdulaziz Muhammad Turi, Muslim Moon. My objective is not to be sarcastic towards any person, any group, or any entity. But my objective is to be in compliance to the rules of fairness and equity. If I say anything that is good, it's from Allah. And if I say anything that's incorrect, it is from myself or it's from Shaitan. I first want to play a clip, audio of a lady named Maxine Waters of what she said about Donald Trump. Now this video was made, I believe the day is July the 19th on a Friday, 2024. And I believe last week Donald Trump, there was an attempted assassination on Donald Trump. So Donald Trump is known for the MAGA, which stands for Make America Great Again. But it's not about MAGA, it's about MIGA. And I'll explain to this in a little bit, inshallah. So let's hear the clip of Maxine Waters.
Trump has told you who he is. He defined himself. He is a no-good, deplorable, lying, despicable human being. Talking about if he doesn't win, there's going to be a bloodbath. There's going to be violence. There's going to be a civil war. Who the hell do you think he's coming after? Who's going to be targeted? Who is he talking about? But you know he means business because he is the one that led the invasion on the Capitol January 6th. Now, do we have to talk about the difference between these two? Now, I want to tell you, no matter what anybody says, it ain't going to be no other Democratic candidate. It's going to be Biden, and we better know it. Trump has told you who he...
Okay, that was Maxine Waters. I believe she's a congressperson out of Washington, D.C., and she said at the end that there will be no other candidate other than Joe Biden on the Democrat ticket. Now, what the problem is, Joe Biden has been labeled as Genocide Joe because Joe Biden and that administration, they financing the genocide over in Gaza. They over there killing black Palestinians. Those black Palestinians in Gaza, they were Muslim. They've been over there for over 1,000 years. But American media, they don't show you the black Palestinians. They over there killing people. They dress the way that Jesus' mother used to dress by wearing a khimar or wearing a hijab. Because you got people over there of different colors. You got the black Palestinians and you got people of different colors, but nevertheless they're killing the children, and it's genocide. They're killing everybody over there, but it's genocide. So how can you have a woman, she claims to be a Christian, and she says that Donald Trump is a deplorable human being, and he also is a Christian because he swore when he became president in 2017, he swore on this book, the Bible. He swore on the Revised Standard Version of the Bible. That was his mother's Bible. That Bible was produced, the 1952 version of the Revised Standard Version. The Revised Standard Version of the Bible was produced by Christian scholars of the highest eminence, the best scholars in the world at the time. And they say that the Bible that you all have, if you're a Christian and you have a Bible, I'm sure that you don't have the 1952 Revised Standard Version. They say that the Bible that you have, such as the King James Version, it has fabrications in it. It has grave defects in it. It has many interpolations in it. That's what the Christian scholars say about the Bible. If you are a Christian, if you go to these churches on Sunday, the version that you have, the manuscripts that they translated it from, it has fabricated verses in it. That's coming from the Christian scholars. We Muslims already know that the book has been tampered with. That's the reason why we don't say that it's the Word of God, because it's been tampered with. But now you have the Christian scholars confirming that, and that was the book that Donald Trump took oath on when he became president or the commander-in-chief. That was his mother's Bible. So the point I'm trying to make is that Donald Trump, he also supports the genocide that's going on in that part of the world. He also supports it. Joe Biden, people such as Maxine Waters, Hakeem Jeffries, Al Sharpton, Joy Reid, Abby Phillips, Michelle Obama, Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, they all support the killing of babies because they're all part of a system, they're all part of an organization. Part of it has to do with AIPAC, but they're part of an organization that supports taking the land from the native people over there in Palestine. So in America, they have never shown you the black Palestinians. They never show you black Palestinians. They never show you the black Arabs and various people like that. They never show you even the black Jewish people. So it's all been a deception. And they go out there and get these people like Joy Reid and Abby Phillips of CNN and Joy Reid of MSNBC. They get the Al Sharpton, he got to be a preacher. They get the Hakeem Jeffries. They all support Joe Biden, either directly or indirectly. So when you support these people, you're supporting the genocide of babies. What type of person are you? Now, in Islam, genocide is prohibited. Now, in American history, the first humanitarian that was recognized in America and throughout the world, for that matter, by the different leaders of the world, was a Muslim. His name was Abdul Qadir. He was from Africa, he was from Algeria, he spoke Arabic, he was a Muslim, he was from Africa, and you can be an Arab and African, they can be one and the same. If you speak Arabic, you're Arab, while at the same time you can be an African. He was from North Africa, and what he did, he prevented the genocide of thousands and thousands and thousands of Christians in Damascus back in the 1880s. And he was recognized by Abraham Lincoln, and he was recognized by Queen Victoria. He was even recognized by the Pope, and he was recognized by world leaders at that time. So in the United States at that time, you had a state called Iowa, and today Iowa is classified as the 8th whitest state in America. The 8th whitest state in America. And you had these white people, they named the city after me. It's called El Cater, Iowa. They named the city after me. They named the city after an Arab Muslim jihadist who was practicing the true jihad, who was a great humanitarian who saved the lives of thousands and thousands and thousands of Christians when he went to Damascus. You had this conflict going on with the Jews and some Christian people, and he went over there and saved the lives of thousands and thousands of Christians. So he was recognized even by Abraham Lincoln. So this Donald Trump, make America great again, that phrase came from or was inspired by Ronald Reagan back in 1980. Ronald Reagan, his slogan was, "Let's make America great again." That's what Ronald Reagan said. So the question is, what decade is he talking about? Was he talking about the 1970s? Let's make America great again? Was Ronald Reagan talking about the 1960s when he said, let's make America great again? When you had the Civil Rights Movement? Was he talking about the 1950s when you had the Jim Crow? People like Emmett Till was killed, and you had all these different things, the Ku Klux Klan and people being lynched, castrated. What decade was Ronald Reagan talking about when he said, let's make America again? Is he talking about going back to slave times? So this is a loaded phrase, and it helps put this concept in white America let's go back to the way that it used to be. You can't say it specifically, but that's what it suggests. It's a loaded phrase. So Donald Trump, when he says, let's make America great again, you American people, you Christians, whoever you may be, you should not be concerned about let's make America great again. You should be concerned about make Islam great again. Because the true teaching of Islam is what produced Abdul Qadir, the great humanitarian, the great freedom fighter. Make Islam great again is what produced the man that the 8th whitest state in the United States named the city after it. So let's go back, let's make Islam great again. It's not about making America great again, because what decade are you talking about when you say let's make America great again? Let's go back, make Islam great again. Let's do this. Not about make America great again, going back to Jim Crow, going back to white supremacy, whatever the situation is, supporting people that's killing children and babies. Let's go back to a religion that's against genocide. Because in Islam, there's a verse in the Quran that says, Wa qatalu fi sabilillah, alathina yuqatilu lakum, wa la ta'tadu, inna Allah yuhibbu mutadin, and fight in the way of God those who fight you, but do not go beyond the boundaries. For Allah does not love those who go beyond the boundaries. What are the boundaries? The boundaries are that you do not kill the women, you do not kill children, you do not kill the elderly, you do not cut down the crops, you do not cut down the trees, you do not burn the bees, you do not be a coward. There's about 10 conditions, there's about 10 boundaries or limits in fighting. Everything has limits, everything has boundaries to it. So even in fighting, you got to have limits. So in Islam, you do not kill children. But you voted for people, Joe Biden, people such as Donald Trump, they don't have no problem killing those children over there. They don't have no problem doing it whatsoever. So the question is, another question is, why don't you vote for Cornel West? Cornel West is running for president. Cornel West is a Christian. Cornel West is highly educated. He has a PhD. Cornel West, his running mate, she also has a PhD, but she's a Muslim. Her name is Melina Abdullah. She's highly educated. Why don't you vote for them? They don't believe in genocide. Why don't you raise and protest and we want Cornel West, we want Melina Abdullah, we want Cornel West, we want Melina Abdullah. They don't support genocide. They don't support killing babies. Why don't you vote for them? You're not going to do that because there's something wrong with your heart. There's something wrong with your heart to go out there and vote for somebody like a Barack Obama. Barack Obama supported Joe Biden. So if you support Joe Biden, you support what's going on in Gaza. So what's wrong with you? You believe in killing babies? Is that what you believe in? So until next time, Assalamu alaikum.